it's me, Makeup Jen, and welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another video. So today I'm gonna show you guys how I got this look right here. So this is I just got home from work. I just got the text, yo, I'm picking you up in half an hour, be ready. Look. So sometimes, you know, I go to work, I don't put makeup on, I get home and I wasn't intending to wear makeup for the day, and then someone hits me up with a, yo, let's go out, hey, can you run an errand with me, hey, let's go have dinner, let's go to the movies, let's go to Disney, and I want to look somewhat put together. This is that look. So this look typically would take me about 20 to 25 minutes. So if you guys want to see how I did it, keep on watching. So obviously I'm going to go ahead and prime. I am going to use two primers, by the way. It's just because the first one, which is this one, this is the IT Cosmetics Hello Sunshine Invisible Hydrating Serum Sunscreen. And this is SPF 50, by the way. And this is a hydrating primer serum. It has like that feel. But the problem is that's all it is. It's just literally a hydrating serum. It doesn't blur pores. It doesn't have anything more specifically, like it evens out the tone. Like it's literally just a sunscreen that moisturizes the skin. And then the second primer that I'm going to put is the e.l.f. Liquid Putty Primer, Poreless Putty Primer. This one specifically I use just in the T-zone area because I typically need help in my pores. And also I like to use this to fill in any skin texture that I have. So for example, I have some texture right here from when I was younger. I always mention this because I like to remind people to not pop their blackheads, at least not with your fingernails. Try to pop them with an actual extractor. When I pop them with an extractor, I have no like actual dips or scars. When you do it with your fingernails, you're actually damaging your skin. So for brows, I actually am going to grab this. This is the Honest Beauty Invisible Blurring Loose Powder. And I'm just going to grab this crease brush. And I'm actually going to dip in here. And I'm going to apply it directly to the brows. I'm tapping it in. I haven't done this in a while, honestly, with you guys. But I've been noticing that when I use a brow gel, my brows, no matter what I wear, they tend to look a little bit glossy, and I don't want my brows to look glossy today. This is the Urban Decay Slick Day Brow Gel, and I bought it in the clear, and I was like, I'm gonna give this a chance, and I really like this formula. The only problem I have with this one is the brush. So yes, you have one side that's straight up like a brush, and then you have a little other side that has little tiny bristles. But the problem with having this type of brush on this type of product is when you try to run it through, it's removing any excess, which is cool. But the problem is sometimes you can make the brow gel start flaking or turning white because you're going through it. It does dry down fairly quick. And what I am going to do is I'm going to go in with the small side and I'm going to just run it. I'm trying to get all the brows to move in one direction. And then with the other side, I'm going to flip it and I'm just going to run the brush through. And then if you want more of that laminated look, you can tilt the brush slightly and there's excess on the other side. So you can just use that to lay the brows a little bit more flatter. And then for concealer, I'm going to use two. I'm going to grab the Fenty Beauty Wear Even concealer. This is in the color 240. And I'm actually going to just concentrate this one on the outer corner of my eye. And then I'm going to go in with the... Ooh, snap. I keep dropping it. I'm going to go in with the Too Faced Born This Way concealer. This is a mattifying concealer. My under eyes, I don't like dryness. I don't like matte because it accentuates my fine lines. I tend to go more for hydrating, but the problem with hydrating is that because I am oily, my under eyes crease a lot faster. if I don't use the right concealer, and it's usually has to be a matte one just because of that. I'm mixing a hydrating one with a matte one, so I'm just gonna slightly just go in like that. That's all I'm doing with that. I'm gonna go in with this brush. So this is from the brand Jessup. If you've been on Amazon, you know these are supposed to be duping a lot of the Makeup by Ariel Morphe brushes, but this one is specifically, I don't know if you guys see how it's shaped. It's shaped flat, but it's thick, and it has like a weird different shape than a lot of other brushes I've ever used that are concealer ones. And I'm just gonna go in right here, right here, and then on the other side. And the reason why I do this is because I don't want to mix the colors quite yet until I've blended in the first color where it needs to go, which is the dark circles, because I do have bags under my eyes and I do have a little bit of darkness going on. I've been working really hard. I'm trying to get better on my sleeping, but it's been rough. It's been rough. But then as soon as I am content with the blend, I go out into the other color and I start just going back in and out, in and out. I'm just blending it, and then I'm gonna go outwards with it. And the reason why I do it like this is because if I mix the colors in too early, it actually changes the color off of one under eye a little bit if you don't do this right. So that's also the reason why I do it this way. And by the way, I am filming in my living room again, guys. I tried to not be in my actual bedroom today. My bedroom's a hot mess, and I cleaned the living room and I have space in the living room. So here we are filming. I don't have a backdrop. This is actually my wall. So we're trying out some new stuff. I'm just trying to make it as simple as possible for myself so that I can film something like stuff for you guys when I have the chance and when I'm home alone. You can leave this as is, or you can go in with a sponge. I am going to go in with a sponge, but I'm going to wait because I typically leave this on for a good while before I blend it out with a sponge. The sponge technically removes product, so I wanted to remove the excess when it starts creasing. That way I don't have that problem later, because less is more in this stance when you're in a hurry, you're getting older, you have wrinkles, but you want some type of good coverage. So I've been having a hard time finding my actual right shade for this. Yes, Mitzi. I even went on Find My Shade to kind of like compare it to other foundations. The only problem is that I haven't been able really to find like a foundation that's my actual color. Like, except for one, which is the Anastasia Luminous foundation, which is the one I used in my last video. But I want something more natural for days like this where I just need to be in and out. And I heard a lot of good reviews about this foundation, which is light to medium coverage, and it is a Skin Focus foundation. I'm talking about this one, the About Face Skin Focus, the Performer Skin Focus foundation. I know this went viral, I think, at some point everywhere, but I've been having a hard time finding my shade. So the first color I got, I accidentally grabbed ML2 medium or neutral, and the neutral just was not the right undertone. So then I went on the website and I put Find My Shade, and I put it comparable to the Maybelline Fit Me 228, which is soft tan, and it gave me this one, which is M2 Olive, and I still don't think it's my color, and I've decided to keep it because honestly during the summer I think this is going to be my shade, because I do get more tan in the summertime. The sun is really out here in LA and it gets hot, and I just want something where I can wear during that time. So I'm gonna go in with this one, and as you guys can see, I'm gonna show you guys like the difference between my neck and my chin. There is a slight different tone, but I feel like this is gonna be my tone once I have tanned. but we're gonna go ahead and just use it anyway, because honestly I would rather be darker than lighter in a foundation. For this one I am gonna go in with the sponge. Actually, I'm gonna go in with this brush first. This is a foundation brush. It's literally just like one of those paint ones. And it's crazy because I said it in my last video. I can't imagine myself swiping like to put on foundation, and here I am swiping. What the hell is this hair? It's my actual hair. But I honestly think this is my shade a little bit. At first when I put it on my neck, I didn't feel like it was, because it looks slightly too dark, but now that I'm like really looking at it on my skin all the way through, I think we're good. And I am using this to also shape around the brow area. Be careful with that brow gel. If you get that brow gel on your skin, it will leave a layer of glue and you have to remove that. And the problem with that is if you don't remove it and you put foundation and concealer and all the other stuff over, like it literally will just look like something's wrong with your foundation, because it's on, the foundation is laying on top of the glue. In this point, you need to decide what you want to do. If you want to apply any liquid stuff, you can. You are more than welcome to. I am actually going to quickly apply this. This is the Winky Lux Cheeky Rose Liquid Sculpt in the color Ibiza. And honestly, guys, I really like this little thing. If you didn't see my last video, you know I really like this one. It has like the right type of undertone to scope, and also technically bronze. So I'm just gonna slightly go in like this, and I'm just gonna grab this e.l.f. Small tapered brush. I've never used this for this, but we're gonna use it today. And I'm literally just swiping it. I'm tapping. Sorry, for this one I am tapping. And we're gonna just help out our bronzer. If you guys saw my last video, you guys know I'm in a bronzer dilemma. I haven't been able to really find anything that goes with my skin. It either pulls too red or too gray, and I am not happy with that. So that's also why I'm using this right now. Usually I would just set and then go in with a bronzer. And as you guys can see, we got a good like glow going on from the foundation. Honestly, it's looking really good. Really dewy-ish. It feels dewy, but it's not as oily as you think. But for my oily girlies like myself, we have to set this. We cannot get away with with honestly just this. We will melt. And then I am gonna go in with this. This is a Polite Society, what is this thing called? Powder blush stick. So I have it in the color Paris. This is a love-hate thing. I'm gonna recommend you guys, if you do buy this from the brand, put it on when you have liquids, not when it's dry. I try to apply this dry and it did blend out, but the problem is if you have pores right here, this will actually dip into those pores and it just lays in there like it's floating, and then I try to blend it out and it removes the makeup. So I do recommend, if you're gonna use these or buy these, use these when your face is still not set with powder, because if you use this with powder, it's a disaster. So I'm just gonna go in and actually swipe like this. I would go in with a brush straight into this, but I wanted you guys to see what it looks like wiped straight in. And I did swipe it a couple of times. As you guys can see, I swiped it like 2-3 times on the skin, and it still worked. And then I'm gonna grab another clean, I have another clean one, e.l.f. tapered brush again, and I'm just gonna go in with the brush and tap. For this one, you might need to swipe a little bit if you are having a hard time blending it out. Especially if you have like dry skin, you might need to go in with your actual finger. The best way to go in with this is with the finger, by the way. That is what is recommended. If you want the full color, you should go in with your finger. I am going in with a brush because I don't want it to be too crazy. This is usually, like, if I go too crazy, I would apply foundation over it to help tone it down. But right now, we already put our foundation. We're getting ready to set. So I am not trying to go in with so much of it. And I do work it towards the top of my temple, towards the temple, and then slightly over the nose. So if you guys look at my under eyes, I already have creasing going on, and it's been like less than 5 minutes since I did my eyes, and we already have creasing. But never fear, we're going to go on to the next step. At this point, you can do what you need to do. I am actually going to go in with a little bit more of the foundation, but this time I am actually gonna just tap and tap the eyelid. I'm gonna go in with the eyelid. Usually I would conceal the brows and then go in with my foundation, but right now we don't have time. We are just doing what we need to do. So I am showing you guys what happens when you put this on the eyelid. It is super glossy, so you guys can see, but it is blending, and I am just going to go under the eye. And then going slowly up. I'm giving my brow a slight shape already. If you have other things you want to put on, like liquid highlighter, this would be the perfect time to use that if you want a slight glow. I am going to stay as is, and I'm actually going to grab my Honest Beauty powder. Usually I would go straight in with my sponge, but I'm already like towards the end of this container, so I have to pour over whatever I have on here. And I am going to go in on one side of my sponge and blend out my under eyes, and then I'm gonna flip to the other side and press it into the powder a couple of times, letting it like kind of like fade out, and then I'm gonna go and set my under eyes. Now I'm gonna start going over my skin, just in case I have anything that didn't quite blend out with a brush. My little baby hairs are so annoying. And if you obviously have any bronzing or contour that you probably like went a little bit under, right here is the time to fix that. I usually do not set the rest of my face with this powder, but I forgot my other powder. But I'm gonna grab this one. This is the Ulta Beauty Matte Finishing Powder. This is in the color Light Neutral. I did grab Medium Neutral originally, but it did me dirty. I'm gonna grab this Jessup brush. I believe this is a powder brush. I'm not too sure. And I'm just gonna set the rest of my face. And I do tap over the blush, everything I just went through. Right here you can add on more to your contour, your bronzer, your blush if you want to. I have the Smashbox Halo Sculpt and Glow Face Palette. This is Back to Cali, and the contour brown color is called Beach Day. This is called Rose Bold, and then the lighter color is called Cheers Babe. Also, this pan is so tiny. If you're gonna use a big brush like this, you're gonna struggle a little bit. And then we're gonna tap, and then I'm gonna grab a little bit more, and I'm gonna tap off any excess, and then I'm gonna slightly pinch my brush a little bit. It's a fat one, so it's a little bit hard to pinch, but I'm gonna pinch it enough where I can just go on the nose, give myself like a slight little contour. Not too like dramatic, obviously I don't have enough time to do that. And then whatever's left under the chin. And then right here with that same brush, I am actually going to go back into the same palette, and I am going to go in with Rose Bold. Says it's a sculpting blush, and I'm just going to lightly tap that. And you can leave it here, or you can apply the lighter color, which is what I'm gonna do. I always do that. I use it literally just to go over the nose and just at the apples of my cheek, which is just right here. And then I start blending it out towards the other color. So I'm going to go ahead and grab the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz. This is in the color Soft Brown, and I'm actually just going to fill in where I have sparse areas, which are not a lot, but I do have some. I know some of you guys, this takes a little bit longer because no tienen tantas cejas. You guys don't have a lot of brow, which is fine. If you are a person that does not have brows, this will obviously take you slightly a little bit longer. And you can go over the brow gel that you just used, and then usually I would go in with my concealer and go under, but since we do still have that foundation in the crease and all over the eye, I'm just gonna actually blend that out like this, and then whatever is left over, I'm just gonna use it just to clean under the eyes a little bit. But I'm gonna go back into with that Ulta Beauty finishing powder, and I'm just going to grab the same brush that I used to set my face to set the under eyes and slightly my actual brows. And then with that same bronzing color that I used from the Smashbox palette, I'm going to go in with this brush, and I'm just going to go all over the lid, towards the crease, and then I'm gonna grab the same color again. I'm gonna pinch my brush, and I'm just gonna go under, and then I'm gonna grab my curler. We're gonna curl these lashes a little bit. If you guys have any like curler recommendations, let me know. I'm trying to find a curler that actually holds the curl before I apply mascara. This is like from Amazon. I got this like on a pack. It came like in a 3-piece. But I am going to use the e.l.f. Big Mood Waterproof Mascara. And while that is drying a little bit, I'm going to go in back into this palette, and I'm going to grab the highlighter that's in here, which is called C-Pop. And I'm going to swipe my brush in there. And I'm just gonna highlight some, just a little bit. And add this right here. Curl the lash. And then if they do get stuck, because it happens, you'll let go, and then you're about to let go, like pull off the curler, and then you feel like they're stuck. I'm gonna give you guys a tip real quick. So right here, they're stuck. So what I do is I close my eyes, and usually they come off, or you can pull towards the end or this end and slowly pull it off the lashes so that you won't rip your lashes apart. Like that. I just pulled to the side like that. And we have some curl. Whether it's gonna last all day, that's a whole different story. It'll probably last for about an hour before they go down flat. And I'm just gonna add some to the bottom of my lashes. This is like the best mascara I've found that I can use that's cruelty free in the drugstore, or it doesn't cost an arm and a leg. I know that there's the Essence one, the Lash Princess. It does not work for me. I'm gonna go in with this. This is the Hourglass. I don't even know what this is referring to, but the color is Trace 105, and it's like this little pencil thing. And by the way, be careful with this one if you do have it, because when you spin it, when you turn it so it can come out, you can't turn it back to bring it back in. So be very careful. I do already have a lip balm that I put on before when we started. So all I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna go over it. This is like a lipstick balm, which gives you like a gloss. I don't know if you guys can see that. And the color on this is so cute. This is the Revolution Hydrate and Fix Radiance and Makeup Fixing Spray. This is long-wear oil control with hyaluronic acid. You can find this at Target, by the way. I am going to use this one first. And I use this one so that the powders can actually melt into my skin. If I'm really like short on time, this is where it ends. I don't use anymore. By the way, I think I should mention this because I feel it on my lips. But this Hourglass lipstick does have a tingling minty sensation. Is it plumping? I don't think so. But I do feel like that minty, like if you've ever used Burt's Bee, the original one, that's what my lips are feeling like right now, but they feel so hydrating and glossy. So again, the color I am using is called Trace 105. I don't know if they still have this, if it's discontinued. I don't really check. I got that as a gift, so I don't know if you can still find that specific color. So right here, I'm just gonna grab my sponge and I'm just gonna press more into the skin, and I did just pull one of my lashes down. I am gonna go back in with a curler just because I did take some of that off. So again, depending on how you want to look, right now I'm looking healthy. I'm looking good. So what I do is I'm actually gonna go in with the e.l.f. Power Grip Dewy Setting Spray. And I'm gonna go in with the Marshmallow Setting Spray. So I actually am blending dewy and matte at the same time. I want to give myself like that soft matte look. Is that what they call it, the soft matte look? And then I'm gonna go back in with the sponge and I'm just gonna press again. And the reason why I'm pressing is because I am trying to press into the skin so it looks natural and dewy in the right areas. And this is the finished look. As you guys can see, it looks natural, it looks good. I really like this look. This is literally my everyday look. If I was forced to wake up and do my makeup in under 30 minutes, this is what I would do every day. My eyebrows look put together, my face looks like I tried a little bit, but I really didn't. And yeah, guys, this is what we got. And if you guys like this video, let me know down below by liking the video. And if you haven't already, please make sure to subscribe. I will see you guys in my next video.